My thoughts today slip in at the end of the astrological year, with the sun closing out its days in Pisces. We are only hours away from the full moon in Virgo, the last full moon before the spring equinox, the time of equal darkness and light. The beginning of a new year, of new growth and beginning as the sun enters Aries. How appropriate that after a full astrological year of leaning into my learning, embodying the cycles of the sun, moon, and planets, that the very last days open my heart and tears fall from my eyes with gratitude for the depth and profound love of every part of the whole experience of being human. My soul sings compassion, and my spirit reaches out to embrace and hold and linger in this ending, knowing that letting go is inevitable and that the most delicious and tender moments are right at the end. I soak in the love and beauty and richness of it all. What a bittersweet release of this season. But the bitter is not really bitter. Although I have felt loneliness and grief, anxiety and darkness, this has been a year of endings and releasings, as well as beginnings and newness. What we release to set free will nurture the next cycle, and it becomes part of a new life. It allows for stronger young shoots, vibrant leaves, brilliant blossoms, and juicy fruit that wakes up every part of the senses. Again, I'm so excited. I feel the youthful vigor of Aries and spring just around the corner, waiting to take me by my hands and run. And last night, I looked into the mirror after a long bath, wondering around the wrinkles that seemed more pronounced, the droop just outside my smile lines. I looked old, ancient, and I looked and looked, finding peace and acceptance with the face looking back at me, seeing wisdom and understanding, feeling love and wholeness, knowing oneness and connectedness. The physical shift into the archetype of Pisces, the wisdom that is older than the trees, deeper than the seas, greater and more beneficent than one can see on the surface. My Jupiter return in Pisces is happening right now, right in front of my eyes. Today is Thursday, which is associated with the planet Jupiter. It corresponds with the liver, metabolic processes, reproductive organs, and the signs of Sagittarius, my rising sign, and Pisces. The archetype of Jupiter is creation. I schedule my weekly massage and energy work on Thursdays, and while I receive that work, my mind drifts into meditative and creative states. While I was on the table today, thoughts bubbled to the surface of my mind, and my interest in how we wait was sparking as each thought linked to another in an interconnected fabric of dialogue. Good things come to those who wait. One of my most heartfelt and urgent prayers that I ever prayed was in response to one of the most painful and fearful experiences regarding a marriage that was careening to the brink of disaster. I had to know what to do, to try and save it or to run the other direction. It was so intense that I needed the answer more than I needed air. I got on my knees and poured out my pain and my need and my longing for an answer to Heavenly Father. I stayed there, listening, ready, desiring nothing at the time except for a clear sign that Heavenly Father knew my answer and believing that He loved me enough to relieve my pain and confusion and just bring me to a state of knowing. Now! But there was nothing, only space and quiet. I held my focus on my intent to connect to the divine and to receive the answer. It finally arrived in a single word. Wait. I was a little more confused. I had no definitive answer, but the word wait continued to repeat in my mind at regular intervals, allowing me to sit even more still with a different knowledge. I knew about waiting. My body had carried 4 children, each with periods of waiting for 9 months while they grew in my womb. I think that there has been, on many levels, a deep understanding of waiting with me throughout my life. But waiting is so difficult for so much of the human race. When we're young, we long to be older, to reach the next pinnacle, the next level. We push and strive to be more, to be faster, stronger, better, richer, smarter, more. We are certain that the power and accomplishment we perceive in others should be ours, right when we want it. I've listened in the years of teaching violin to the ubiquitous question from parents, when will my child be in the next book? I used to try to answer that question for them. Based on your child's current practice habits and past progress, it will probably take another year for them to complete the current book, etc. Future telling from the violin teacher. It's like they expected me to whip out a crystal ball with the answer to their wondering about the future success of their child. A gift to be delivered without sacrifice, doubt, or discomfort. Is that why we look at our horoscope? Is that why we consult an oracle, a fortune cookie, or a magic 8-ball? Because we want to know what is coming and how long we must wait? And if we can know, can we shorten the waiting? Can we just skip to the good part? I still hear the question, and I understand the deep need to know. How long must we wait in this space? I can feel the sun shining through the window. I can hear the birds singing. I know the greener grass is just ahead. So how long must I wait? Waiting for the seasons. Waiting for daylight. Waiting for my turn. Waiting in traffic. Waiting in line. I got in my car after the massage, and the first thing I heard was my Bluetooth speaker as it connected. Waiting for pairing. Paired. Mind blown. The other statement I hear from every parent is this: you're so patient. I smile. Now, I know that what they see is my understanding that even my granddaughter Charlie knew and could express as soon as she could speak. Charlie, what does patience mean? It means you wait. That's it. The waiting is required in order to receive what is next. When one thing ends, a period of waiting gives shape and definition to the steps we are taking. Without waiting, one note blends into the next, blurring the edges, making it hard to see what is happening now. For a violin student to successfully complete the first piece they learn, it is not starting the bow or the fingers that moves them forward. It is learning how to stop the bow completely and how to wait and leave space before the next note begins. These spaces are where magic happens. The spaces of waiting hold all the choices, all the possibilities. Some spaces are known as rests. Am I resting and waiting in the spaces? Am I noticing the possibilities? Choosing with intention and gratitude. Here in Pisces, we rest, we sleep, we dream. We feel, we love, we receive. Be here, dear ones, in this space of waiting. It won't last very long, but we can be together here, holding and tending to our visions of a future that will be here all too soon.